Good morning, students. This is class 11th maths lecture 4th of chapter 5th. So first of all we will discuss the solutions of exercise 5.3. So see, question number 4th is to find out the solution of the equation minus x square plus x minus 2 equal to 0. So this is x equal to minus b here is 1, so minus 1, plus minus root b square which is 1, minus 4 into a which is minus 1 into c which is minus 2 upon 2a. So this will become minus 1 plus minus 1 minus 8 upon minus 2. So this becomes minus 1 plus minus, now this is root minus 7 which can be written as root 7 iota upon minus 2. So this is the solution of question 4th. Now question 7th is root 2 x square plus x plus root 2 is equal to 0. Now x is equal to minus b is 1, plus minus root b square minus 4 a c upon 2a. Now this will become minus 1 plus minus root 1 minus 8 upon 2 root 2. So this becomes minus 1 plus minus, this is again root minus 7, so this can be written as root 7 iota upon 2 root 2. Now question number 8 is root 3x square minus root 2x plus 3 root 3 equal to 0. So x is equal to minus of b. Now b is minus root 2, therefore minus of b is root 2 plus minus b square. It will be 2 minus 4 a c upon 2a. Now root 2 plus minus, inside the root 2 minus, now this will be 36 because root 3 into root 3 is 3, 3 into 3 is 9 and 9 into 4 is 36 upon 2 root 3. So you will get root 2 plus minus, now this is under root minus 34, so it can be written as root 34 iota upon 2 root 2. Clear? Now question number 9th is x square plus x plus 1 by root 2 equal to 0. So to make it simpler, multiply this or take LCM root 2. So you will get root 2x square plus root 2x plus 1 equal to 0. Because root 2 in the denominator will, when go this side, become 0, right? Now x will be minus of b plus minus b square which is 2 minus 4ac, so 4ac upon 2a. Now this becomes minus root 2 plus minus under root 2 minus 4 root 2 upon 2 root 2. Now see, 4 root 2 is greater than 2. Therefore, 2 minus 4 root 2 will be less than 0. Therefore, this can be written as minus root 2 plus minus root 4 root 2 minus 2 and iota outside the root. Do not write iota inside the root, right? Upon 2 root 2. See, this is same as if it is under root minus 7. Then you write down it as root 7 iota. Similarly, we have written this as root 4 root 2 minus 2 into iota. Clear? Now see, this is equal to minus root 2 plus minus, you can take 2 common from both the terms. So root 2 into 2 root 2 minus 1 into iota upon 2 root 2. Now take out root 2 common from these two terms. So root 2 inside the bracket you will get minus 1 plus minus root 2 root 2 minus 1 into iota upon 2 root 2. Cancel out this root 2, so you will get this as the answer, right? Now we will discuss the questions of miscellaneous exercise. So first of all, discussing those questions which I have given you homework in the previous lecture. So question number 8 is 27x square minus 10x plus 1 equal to 0. So this is x equal to minus of b which is 10 plus minus under root b square which is 100 minus 4ac upon 2a. So this will become 10 plus minus root 100 minus 108 upon, multiply these two, so 54. Now this is equal to 10 plus minus under root minus 8 upon 54. So 10 plus minus, now this can be written as root 8 iota, right? And root 8 is 2 root 2 iota upon 54. Take out 2 common from the numerator and cancel out with the denominator. So you will get 5 plus minus root 2 iota upon 27, right? Now question number 9th of miscellaneous, which is 21x square minus 28x plus 10 equal to 0. So x will be minus of b, which is 28, plus minus root b square, which is minus 28 square, or it is equal to 28 square also, minus 4ac upon 2a. So you will get 28 plus minus under root 784 minus 840 upon, inside the root, upon 2 into 21. So this is 28 plus minus root 56 iota, because this will be minus 56 inside the root. So you can write down it as root 56 iota upon 2 into 21. Now see, root 56 can be written as 2 into root 14. Now take out 2 common from the numerator and cancel out with the denominator. So you will get 14 plus minus root 14 iota upon 21. Clear? Now question first of miscellaneous. You have to evaluate iota raised to the power 18 plus 1 upon iota raised to the power 25 whole cube. So see, instead of applying the identity of x plus y whole cube, first solve the powers of iota. So iota raised to the power 18 can be written as iota raised to the power 16 into iota square. Why we have written this? Because 16 is a multiple of 4. Therefore we know this is 1, right? Plus 1 upon, now iota raised to the power 25 can be written as iota raised to the power 24 into iota whole cube, equal to, now see, iota raised to the power 16 is 1, iota square is minus 1, plus again 24 is a multiple of 4. Therefore iota raised to the power 24 is 1. So you will get 1 by iota whole cube. Now this is equal to minus 1 plus, rationalize this 1 by iota with iota. So multiplying and dividing iota with 1 by iota and whole cube, equal to minus 1. Now see, this is iota and iota square will be minus 1 whole cube, equal to minus 1 minus iota whole cube. Now take minus 1 common from both of these terms. So you will get minus 1 cube into 1 plus iota whole cube. Now minus 1 cube is minus into, solve this a plus b whole cube, which is a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b, that is 3 iota, plus 3a b square, which is 3 iota square. So you will get minus of 1 iota cube is minus iota, plus 3 iota, iota square is minus 1, so you will get minus 3. So minus into, now 1 minus 3 is minus 2 and plus 2 iota. Take this minus inside, so you will get 2 minus 2 iota. So this is the value of this given term, right? So we have done question first. Question second we have already done in the previous lecture. Question third you have to do by yourself. Question number fourth we have already done. Now cut question number fifth, okay, because it is in, you have to convert these in polar form, which is not in the syllabus. So cut question fifth. Question 6th to 9th I have given you the homework, so I hope you must have done these questions. Now see, in question number 10th you are given with z1 and z2. You have to find modulus of this complete term. Now you know modulus of a by b is modulus of a upon modulus of b. So modulus of this complete will be equal to modulus of numerator upon modulus of denominator. So put the value z1, z2 in the numerator and denominator. Solve the numerator term, solve the denominator term. Then find the modulus of numerator and modulus of denominator. So you will get the answer, right? Now question number 11th is a plus iota b is this. You have to prove a square plus b square is this. So this is easy. First of all, take conjugate on both the sides. So a plus iota b is already given. When you will take conjugate, you will get the value of a minus iota b also, right? Then multiply this with the conjugate of this. So in the left hand side, you will get a square plus b square, and in the right hand side you will get this value. So you have to try this by yourself. Now question number 12th is that z1 and z2 are given. So find out the 1 upon z1 into z1 conjugate. Find out the a plus iota b form of this. Then when you will get the form a plus iota b, so the term which is multiplied with the iota will be the imaginary part of this, right? So you have to try this also by yourself. Now question number 13th, cut the argument. You just have to find the modulus of this complex number. Cut this argument. So you can find the modulus of this, right? Because modulus of this will be modulus of numerator upon modulus of denominator. There is no need to find out the form a plus iota b, because you know modulus of z1 upon z2 is modulus of z1 upon modulus of z2. So find out the modulus of numerator divided by modulus of denominator. So you will get the modulus of this complete term, right? Now question number 14th is find the real numbers x and y if this term is the conjugate of this. So they have given this term is the conjugate of this. So you take the conjugate of this, which is minus 6 plus 24 iota. So conjugate of this, that is minus 6 plus 24 iota, is equal to this, right? Solve this and then compare the real and imaginary part. You will get the value of x and y. Now we will do the question number 15th. Now in question number 15th, we have to find the modulus of this complete term, right? So first of all, taking the LCM, so LCM will be 1 minus iota into 1 plus iota. So in the numerator, you will get 1 plus iota whole square minus 1 minus iota whole square. Now solve square of this, which is a square plus b square. B square is iota square, which is minus 1 plus 2 iota. Minus square of this will be a square plus b square. Now b is iota, so iota square is minus 1 minus 2 iota upon, now this is a minus b into a plus b, so this will be a square, that is 1 square, minus b square. So minus of iota square is minus of minus 1, which is plus 1. So now this 1 will get cancelled. So you will get 2 iota minus minus plus 2 iota upon 2. So you will get 2 iota. Right? Now modulus of 2 iota will be root real part square. Real part is 0. So 0 plus imaginary part square, which is 2. So square of 2 is 4. So you will get root 4. So modulus will be 2. Now in question number 16th, x plus iota y whole cube is given as u plus iota v. You have to show u by x plus v by y is equal to 4 into x square minus y square. So first of all, we will find the value of u and v by comparing this complex number with this complex number, right? So solve this cube, you will get a cube plus b cube, which is iota cube y cube, plus 3a square b plus 3a b square, which is iota square y square, equal to u plus iota v. So it is equal to x cube. Now iota cube is minus iota into y cube plus 3x square y iota minus, see why minus, because iota square is minus 1. So minus 3xy square equal to u plus iota v. Now take real part together plus iota imaginary part together. So you will get x cube minus 3xy square plus iota 3x square y minus y cube equal to u plus iota v. So u will be equal to the real part and v is equal to the imaginary part, right? So we got the value of u and v. Now we have to show u by x plus v by y is equal to this. So in place of u, put this value. In place of v, put this value. So see, u by, taking left hand side, u by x plus v by y is equal to x cube minus 3xy square upon x plus in place of v, 3x square y minus y cube upon y. So you will get, divide this numerator with x, you will get x square minus 3y square plus divide this with y. So you will get 3x square minus y square. Now this will be 4x square and this will be minus 4y square. So take out 4 common, you will get inside the bracket x square minus y square, which is equal to the right hand side. Clear? In question number 17, it is given that alpha and beta are two different complex number and modulus of beta is 1. You have to find the value of this. So first of all, let alpha be as a plus iota b and beta be as c plus iota d, because these are given different complex number, right? Now modulus of beta will be root c square plus d square and it is given equal to 1. When you will square both the sides, you will get c square plus d square also equal to 1 and let this be as 1, right? Now we have to find the value of beta minus alpha upon 1 minus alpha conjugate beta, complete modulus, right? We know modulus of z1 upon z2 is equal to modulus of z1 upon modulus of z2. Now we will find modulus of beta minus alpha and modulus of 1 minus alpha conjugate into beta. So first of all, beta minus alpha will be, beta is c plus iota d minus alpha is a plus iota b. So you will get c minus a plus iota d minus b, right? So modulus of this will be root imaginary part square plus, real part square plus imaginary part square, right? Now find out 1 minus alpha conjugate beta. So 1 minus conjugate of alpha will be a minus iota b into beta is c plus iota d. Now multiply these two. 1 minus, multiplication of these two will be ac plus iota ad minus iota bc and minus iota square bd. So you will get 1 minus ac. Now this iota square is minus 1, minus minus is plus, so ac plus bd plus iota common ad minus bc. Now this will be equal to 1 minus ac minus bd minus iota into ad minus bc. So this complete is the real part minus iota ad minus bc, right? Now the modulus of 1 minus alpha conjugate beta will be root real part square plus imaginary part square. Remember, imaginary part is complete minus ad minus bc, right? Now root, solve the square of this, it will be 1 plus a square c square plus b square d square minus 2ac minus 2bd plus 2abcd plus, open the square of this, it will be a square d square plus b square c square minus 2abcd. Now see, this is plus 2abcd, this is minus 2abcd, so these two will get cancelled. So in the next step, see, 1 is as it is inside the root. Now this is a square c square and this is a square d square. So take out a square common, you will get c square plus d square. Similarly, from this and this term, take out b square common, you will get c square plus d square minus 2ac minus 2bd as it is. Also, it is given in the question that modulus of b is 1, from which we got c square plus d square is equal to 1. So, using that first result, 1 plus c square plus d square is 1. So, you will get a square plus b square minus 2ac minus 2bd. Right? Now, modulus of beta minus alpha. So, beta minus alpha modulus we have found is this root c minus a whole square plus d minus b whole square. Now solve it. Square of this will be c square plus a square minus 2ac, and square of this will be d square plus b square minus 2db. Now c square plus d square is 1 plus a square plus b square minus 2ac minus 2bd. So you can see that modulus of beta minus alpha is equal to the modulus of 1 minus alpha conjugate beta. These two are equal. Therefore, the value of this, which is equal to this, now these two are equal. Therefore, it is equal to 1, which is the right hand side. Clear? Now, question number 18th is find the number of non-zero integral solutions of equation modulus of 1 minus iota raised to the power x equal to 2 raised to the power x. So this is the equation given, and they have asked you that how many number of non-zero integral solution exist. That is, you don't have to tell the value of x, but you have to tell the number of solutions. Right, that is number of values of x which are non-zero. So first of all, solving this equation, you know modulus of 1 minus iota will be root real part square plus imaginary part square, which is also 1. So you will get root 2 or 2 raised to the power 1 by 2 whole raised to the power x equal to 2 raised to the power x. So this is 2 raised to the power x by 2 equal to 2 raised to the power x. Now because these two are equal, therefore powers will be equal because base is same. So you will get x by 2 equal to x, that is x minus x by 2 equal to 0 or x equal to 0. So see, when we solved this equation, we got the value of x 0. They have asked number of non-zero solution of x. So x has only one solution which is also 0. Therefore, non-zero solution of x is no one. There is no solution of x which is non-zero. Therefore, number of non-zero solution is 0. Now question number 20th is if 1 plus iota upon 1 minus iota whole raised to the power m is equal to 1, then find least positive integral value of m. This complete is equal to 1. You have to find the value of m which is least, positive and integer. So first of all, solving 1 plus iota upon 1 minus iota. So rationalize it with 1 plus iota. You will get, after rationalizing, multiply the numerator. So it will be a square plus b square. B square is iota square which is minus 1 plus 2ab. In the denominator you will get 2. So after rationalizing you will get it as iota. Now according to question, this raised to the power m is 1. Now this is equal to iota. So iota raised to the power m is equal to 1. Also we know that iota raised to the power 4k is equal to 1. Therefore least positive integral value of m is 4. Because we have to find the positive integer. So we know the smallest positive integer for which iota raised to the power m is 1. Then m should be 4 only. Right? So your homework is you have to complete miscellaneous. Okay. Thank you.